possibly difficult, but it was as easy as could be. There was something about him that transcended being a typical fan, because he was a fan of many other musicians as well. It wasn't like we were his primary focus. We were one of several bands or musicians that sparked his imagination in a big way that he had studied, but he did the same with Frank Zappa and just tons of other. The longer I knew him, the more I came to learn just how deep his wealth of knowledge was about music. And I don't know, he wasn't alive long enough to learn all that stuff, but he learned it. And the transition was, we were very obnoxious individuals at that point in our life. Just we were brash and young and stupid and vulgar and rude and self-centered, and
it's kind of why people liked you, though.
I guess that's why they liked us. Yeah, we were crass little bastards, to be honest. And later we kind of grew up and we're like, oh, thank goodness people didn't write us off at that point. But he made it easy. He made it fun. He was such a student of music and arrangements, and I just needed to show him the tiniest idea of a song. Like, I've got this verse, I've got this little melody. And he'd be like, great, come into the backyard, let's finish it. And I was like, right now? He's like, yeah, let's do it right now. So somehow that barrier that, he's the fan, I'm the band, it just didn't exist. It washed away, the minute we shook hands, it was gone. He's like, you want to play now? I was like, yeah, let's go play.
Was there sort of a reverse problem for him in the beginning, getting used to the idea from having been on one side of the band, he was now actually an object of, adoration, really?
I think it's difficult for anybody to become...
And he was also very young to be, suddenly immersed in it as well.
Yeah, he was young and beautiful and talented and, suddenly had a few bucks in his pocket. And I think that level of adoration is just difficult for human beings in general. I don't think anybody receives a disproportionate amount of adoration and handles it gracefully. It's awkward. You become too full of yourself, too egotistical, too self-centered, because everyone's flushing you with this attention, and there's no way anybody handles that well. Some people end up dying as a result of it, like child actors or whatever. Like, you're the greatest thing ever. Ooh, you went through puberty. Next, and then Buffy commit suicide today or whatever. Like, that's a hard thing to go through, and I think it was hard for John, and I think it affected him in a rough way. I don't think he was built for that so much, and so things got weird and changed quickly. We did a lot in a short amount of time, and then it evaporated quickly, and then he came back and we did a lot more. But as far as him being a fan and us being the band, we were clearly meant to play music together and to write songs together and have the weird, chaotic experience that we had.